Now we're going to work on lesson 2.2. We're going to be learning about reflections. So let's start with our tracing paper again. Make sure you have a piece of tracing paper. And let's try to reflect this image across this line L. So here it says, using tracing paper, complete steps A, B, and C. Instead of using triangle in textbook, use the image to the right. All right. So we want to draw the segments to connect each vertex of quadrilateral ABCD with its image. Use a protractor to measure the angle formed by each segment and the line L. What do you notice? All right, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to take our tracing paper, put it on top of this image right here, and then we're going to trace our vertices here, G, F, H, and I, and make sure you label them, G, H, I, and F, and then also connect them. Alright, so I have mine labeled, and also on your tracing paper you're going to want to draw line L. So there is my line L, and label it line L. Alright, so everything that I have in red should be written on your tracing paper. So now what you're going to do is pick up your tracing paper. I'm going to act like this is my tracing paper. Pick it up. Oop, I didn't get my line L. Oh well. And then you're going to fold the tracing paper in half. And on the fold should be your line L. So imagine that my tracing paper is folded in half right now, and that at the fold is the line L. So now you have your piece of paper that's the other part of your tracing paper that's laying on top of your image. Now I want you to redraw our shape on that other side of the tracing paper. So let's redraw it on the other side of the tracing paper. Alright, just like that. So now when you open your tracing paper, it's going to look something like that. And this next part, it wants you to draw segments that connect each vertex of the quadrilateral with its image. So we did that whenever we did a translation. We connected each of the pre-image and image points. Now I want you to try that on your own. So draw the lines. I'll do the first one. So a line from H to H prime, and I don't want to do it on mine because my image is not as perfect as yours is going to be. So I want you to do that because you're going to notice something, and we're going to do it in class right now. So I'll be able to help you figure out what you're supposed to notice. So whenever you draw those lines, you're supposed to notice something about the angle formed between the line that you drew and your line L that you reflected across. So this angle right here, put your protractor here and measure this angle here. And that angle for all of your other lines that you make. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 lines altogether. All right, and measure all of those angles. What do you notice about those angles? And write that in C. Okay, so now we need to look up the definition of a perpendicular bisector. So I grabbed this from the textbook. We have perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are two lines that cross at, and where they cross, a right angle is formed, 90 degrees. A perpendicular bisector is when a line crosses a line segment at a perpendicular angle, but also cuts that line segment in half. Okay, so it cuts the line segment in half and also intersects it at a 90-degree angle. So we learned about bisectors, a segment bisector in the previous credit, right? But now it's perpendicular bisector. So we just added one more thing to that. And then the next thing is a reflection. So this is why it's important to know what a perpendicular bisector is. So if you have, in this image, they have line L and then point P right here. And they reflected point P across the line L. And what do you notice about what is formed whenever you draw a line from point P to point P prime, from the pre-image to the image? It's a segment that got perpendicularly bisected. Say that 10 times fast. Okay, so over here, definition of a perpendicular bisector. I wrote it right here. You can pause the video. Let's copy it in there. And also we have some examples that I started a little bit. So we want to draw the image of triangle ABC after reflection across line L. So whenever we have a reflection across line L, we have to create a line that is perpendicular to line L, and also is the same distance away from point A. So we're looking for our A prime. What is point A that's in our image? Well, the first thing that I want you to do is take your protractor and draw a line from A to the other side, and try to make your line as perfectly perpendicular as you possibly can, which means that this angle right here needs to be 90 degrees. So after you draw your line, I want you to measure that angle and make sure that it's 90 degrees, okay? And then you're also going to take, there's a side of the protractor that has measurements on it. It might be in millimeters or centimeters. And I want you to make sure that the length of that line is exactly the same on both sides, okay? And I'm going to give you a hint that wherever point A is, wherever point A prime is, it's on a perfect point. So if you don't get it on a perfect point, you're doing something wrong. And so try to draw that line that intersects line L perpendicularly. So this angle is a right angle right here. And also the length of this line is exactly the same. Okay, so I know that this line is correct because I've done this before and I can see that it intersects it at a right angle, and I also know that this line goes to the left 2, down 1 to line L, and then so I'm going to go again to the left 2 and down 1, and I just know that that's going to work out. So left 2, down 1, left 2, down 1. Those lines are the same exact length, and I know that they intersect L at a right angle. Okay, so let's try to do that for point C. So point C, let's see, like this. So we went to the left 2, down 1, to the left 2, down 1, again for C. So let's label this point right here. This is our A prime up here. This is our C prime right here. And this angle should be a right angle, and also the lengths of these need to be the same. And it's your job to measure that. Unfortunately I don't have a virtual ruler that I can measure those with, but hopefully you're doing all right. So now the next one, for B, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go from B to the line, and we're going to try to make it the same. So let's see. I'm probably going to get this wrong, but let me try it out. So from B we go to the left 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 2. To the left 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 2. Okay, so that is a right angle. It looks pretty good. And then also these lines are exactly the same because they go in the same exact motion. Left 4, down 2. Was it 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, down 2. Yep. All right. Here is our B prime. So this is going to take a little bit of practice to do. I know that for sure. But we have the time, so we're going to do it. So now let's just connect our points and make our shape. And there we have it. There's our image. Hopefully yours looks as good as mine, because mine looks pretty good. I'm actually really proud of that. So let's try out number 6. So we need to make our lines, and I want you to see that from A to what is going to be our new A prime, we go down 1 to the left 3, and then to the left 3, and down 1 to get here. So whatever we do to get from A to the line, we need to do that exact same thing to get to A prime. Alright, so for B, we have to go down 1 and over 1, 2, 3, and then over 1, 2, 3, and down 1. That's our B prime. Okay, and then C. So C is kind of weird. It's on the right-hand side, and it's going to reflect to the left. So we need to go to the left, 1, 2, 3, and up 1. So to the left, 1, 2, 3, and up 1. That's our C prime. All right, let's draw our shape, and there we have it. it looks kind of weird, but you can see that it is that shape flipped, right? This is the original, this is the new flipped one. And also we have the same thing with these lines that we made from the beginning. These are perpendicular and also have the same length, perpendicular, have the same length, perpendicular, and they also have the same length. Alright, so explain in your own words the steps to take to draw the image, to draw an image that's being reflected across a line. So the first thing that we did was draw and label the points of the pre-image The second thing we did was make a line that is perpendicular. Perpendicular can be like this symbol, that means perpendicular. That is perpendicular to the reflection line. And the same length on both sides. The last step, we connect the points. And we do step 2 to all pre-image to image points. To all pre-image to image points, so all of those vertices, we want to make a line that's perpendicular to the reflection line and has the same length on both sides. And then the last step is we connect the points to our image. Alright, so we're going to practice a little bit more drawing reflections on the coordinate plane. So there are some specific reflections that we use to create images, and the reflection across the x-axis looks like something, the reflection across the y-axis looks like something, a reflection across the line y equals x, and reflection across the line y equals negative x. So I'm going to look at the textbook and see if we can find those coordinate rules for those reflections. And here they are if you want to see. It's on page 76 in your textbook. That might be a tiny bit different, but so I'm going to just take this and put it in our notes. So there we have it. Those are the coordinate rules for different reflections, which they make sense because we've already practiced in previous lessons whenever we had to learn how to create a coordinate rule that whenever you take the negative of a y value, it's making the y value, it's changing the sign of the y value. So maybe the y values are positive and then they turn to negative. Or maybe the y values are negative and they turn to positive. So that's like a reflection across the x-axis. Right? Same idea for the x's. If the x is negative, that's taking our positive x values, flipping it to the negative x side. Or taking our negative x values, flipping it to the positive side. That's a reflection across the y-axis. And then a reflection across the line y equals x and y equals negative x. We'll talk about that one later. But we're going to try that in number 10, so you'll be able to see what that looks like. All right, let's try some examples. So the first thing that you want to do is plot those points. So STUV, let's plot those points. So you should have come up with something that looks a little bit like a rectangle. And then the next part, we're going to write our coordinate rule. So if we're reflecting these points across the x-axis, that's the coordinate rule where we take the y values and change their signs. All right, so now we want to write what is going to happen to all of our points. All right, there we go. So I took all of our points and then just said what is going to happen to them. Just the y values are going to change. So now let's plot those. There we go. And make sure you label the primes with the image. All right, pause the video, try the next one. I'm going to give you the answer. In 3, 2, 1. First thing, we'll write down the rule for reflecting across the line y equals negative x. It's right there. All right, now we're going to send all of our points through that. Okay, there's our pre-image so far. Let's see what the image looks like. So the x and the y switch sides, and also both of them change signs. Now let's draw it. All right, there we have it. And here's the line y equals negative x.